Good morning mga katribu and welcome to another episode of Usapang Business. Again, I am Comfy Manalo. We are streaming live in Daily Tribun's Facebook page and in Tribune Now in YouTube. Today, we are lucky to be graced by two of the top honchos in their respective fields. First, we have, of course, sorry, we have the franchise king, meet the founder of and CEO of Shawarma Shack with over 750 branches, Mr. Walther Uzi Buenaventura, founder of Shawarma Shack. And also gracing us is the executive director of Tag Media, one of the biggest local advertising companies in the Philippines, managing special projects for clients that includes Yupanco Group of Companies, Samgyupsal, Zubik Safari, Jinse Restaurants, Paradiso Theme Park, Yap Galleries, and as part of the editorial on the Rising Tigers magazine, writing about the skincare, and recently as the chief marketing officer handling investments and business development. Meet Andria, Terese, and Nicolas. Walter and Miss Andria, tell us more about yourself. Sorry, I was medyo na sa introduction. So, Walter, can you tell us more about yourself? And Shawarma Shack, of course.
I'm Walther Buenavista, 34 years old. And Shawarma Shack is 8 years in the business. We do franchising and ayun.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Miss Andrea? Tell us more about Rising Tigers and what does it do?
Hi, I'm Andria Nicolas, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Rising Tigers magazine. So, Rising Tigers magazine is the most distributed magazine in the country, and we featured business leaders, and recently we feature leaders from different industries.
So, ang topic natin ngayon is challenges and success and emerging young leaders. So, tell us, Walter and Andrea, what are the challenges that you faced when you started Shawarma Shack? And now you have 750 branches nationwide. So, what are the challenges that you encountered starting up, or when you were starting, and then how did you overcome these challenges to become one of the most successful franchising companies in the country?
Challenges, at first, wala masyadong nagtitiwala eh. Kasi yun nga, wala ka pang track record.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos, ayun, kailangan mo lang tiyagain na katulad sa pag-apply sa malls. Una, hindi ka muna bibigyan ng mga prime spaces pagka when you are new, ayun. Pero pagka medyo may napatunayan ka na sa kanila, sila na mismo yung mag-o-offer ng spaces sa'yo.
So, you started 8 years ago. Saan kayo nagsimula?
We started
where was your first branch?
We started in a Tutuban night market. Ayun, hindi siya permanent store. Tapos, ayun, nakapag-apply din kami sa Victory Mall. Ayun, yun yung unang nagbigay sa amin ng break.
Victory Mall in Caloocan?
Yes. Then, ayun, after siguro mga 6 branches, ayun, natanggap na rin kami sa SM.
Pero that was impressive, no? Very impressive. 8 years pa lang ang Shawarma Shack. Kung tutusin, napaka-baby niya pa di ba? And now you have 50 branches. Saan kayo ang location niyo?
We are all over in the Philippines, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
Pero yung focus ng yung concentration.
Concentration in Luzon.
Luzon. From the 750 branches, ilan dito yung company owned at ilan naman yung franchise?
Our company owned stores is 170 branches and the rest is franchised.
And who started this? Ikaw or?
Yes, ako saka yung wife ko.
And you were only what? 24? So 26 years old ka nung sinimulan mo to?
25.
25 years old. Wow, very impressive, no? And paano mo naisip na to venture into shawarma?
Nung college ako, favorite snack ko nung college ako. Tapos kahit nung bata pa ako, parang iniisip ko lang dati, parang may extra money ako, gusto ko bumili ng shawarma.
So instead of buying, now you're now selling shawarma.
Saka yung wife ko, favorite niya talaga yun.
So you're already a couple then? You're already married at that time, 25?
Oo.
And Miss Andria, again, yung topic natin is challenges and success. So you're still very young and you've accomplished so much, already. You're handling big accounts for Tag Media, and then now you're handling yung offshoot ng yung unit ng Tag Media, which is the Rising Tigers. So
Yes.
tell us about Rising Tigers, what does it do? Ano yung mga
Okay.
kanyang current
Challenges.
projects? Yeah.
Okay, first the challenges I think would be, of course, filtering leaders. Kasi there's a lot of business leaders wants to join the magazine, and of course, we're asking our board to check out the people who wants to be part. Pero honestly, for me, I think all of the leaders who really want to join are a Rising Tiger for me kasi they're very determined. And of course, for Rising Tigers magazine, the main purpose of Rising Tigers magazine, of course, is to inspire other entrepreneurs and business leaders, lalo na yung mga nagsa-start up. So, that's it.
So how do you sabi mo you have to filter deserving
Yes.
rising entrepreneurs or rising tigers to be featured in your magazine. And ano yung distinction ng isang rising entrepreneur or rising tiger to be included, to have the distinction of to be included in that magazine?
Well, despite all of them are entrepreneurs, syempre we're looking if they're philanthropists also. I think yun talaga yung pinaka big score talaga when to be included is to help other people. Kasi most of the business kasi, yeah, they're all successful. Pero syempre we want to distinguish talaga kung yung giving back to the people. So, yun.
And questions to both of you. You're both actually you're both successful at a very young age. You're both business leaders in your own field, respective fields. So, what are the biggest again challenges to be a business leader? Walter.
Challenges ng isang business leader.
Including ng challenges is what are the most important qualities to become a successful business leader?
Challenges siguro people come and go. Dapat siguro wala kang emotion sa business. Ayun, kasi nga masasanay ka ng ganun eh. Tapos qualities naman siguro dapat ikaw yung pinaka kalmado sa lahat, no? Hindi pwedeng lagi kang magagalit ganun pag may mali. Ayun, kailangan marunong ka magturo.
So kahit na panic time na ka pa rin, kalmado ka pa rin dapat.
Oo, kalmado ka pa rin dapat.
And Miss Andria?
For me, I think the pinaka-biggest challenges is, of course, to become a risk taker. You should really become a risk taker especially in business, because tuloy-tuloy yun eh. Like, you need to grow, you need to innovate fast, especially you need to be working with other people also. So I think being a risk taker and looking out for opportunities, yun talaga yung biggest challenges for me.
So you mentioned you have to be a risk taker and you have to look for opportunities. There was the pandemic that disrupted our lives for almost 3 years. And sabi nila, that pandemic, great reset. You can decide or you can design your own model. And any model can do, as long as you're willing to take that risk. And it also presented an opportunity to find your own niche. So how did the pandemic impacted your decision to become to take more risks and to see those risks as an opportunity?
Well, for me, I think it's an eye-opening event talaga, the pandemic, because syempre we're on a system, yung normality bigla nawala. So I think the quality or what a person should be doing, especially entrepreneurs, they should learn to adapt. And the opportunities for me is, I think everyone kasi are on social media. So I think that's really our, I would say, upper hand as a media company is that everyone is in social media.
And how about you, Walter? No? Since we're already talking about the impact of the pandemic, especially during the first year, na merong hard lockdown, there were really strict mobility restriction. Walang sarado mga malls, sarado ang tindahan, lahat ng tao nasa loob ng bahay. How did that impacted your business? And how did you overcome those challenges ng pandemic?
During the pandemic, we are the right business at the right time. Kasi we are a take-out and delivery business. Ayun, nung lockdown, karamihan no dine-in. Kaya kami yung medyo namayagpag. Tapos, marami kasing nung hindi pa pandemic, there were mom and pop stores na nasa prime locations na hindi sila multi-branch, na yun lang yung store nila. Yung mga ganun, medyo maiksi yung nila, yung capital. Bali, nabitawan nila yung mga location and we grabbed it. Ayun. Ginamit namin yung advantage. Ngayon, na namin yung, ngayon namin na yung benefits ng mga location.
So, ayun, maraming mom and pops na stores that time namin sa prime locations.
Nabitawan
nila. Were those stores Shawarma Shack stores or ibang brands?
No, ayun, ibang brands. Mom and pop, I mean, yung kunwari, Tapsilog, ganon.
Yeah, exactly.
Nandun sila sa prime locations, or any other product, ayun. Yun, hindi namin makuha yun. Hindi namin makuha dati. Kasi nga, hindi nila binibitawan kasi maganda yung location, kumikita sila. Ayun, we take advantage.
So, ilan yung branches na itayo nyo during the pandemic?
Bago mag-pandemic, lang kami, 400 branches. Siguro nakapagtayo kami ng more than 200 noon.
So, 50% expansion.
Siguro 33%.
And this expansion and of course yung project mo, Rising Tigers. In fact, I think you have an upcoming Asian Leaders event or project that you are working on before the year ends. So, what are the biggest challenges that you are facing, that you faced before for this kind of projects? And yan.
On pandemic or before pandemic?
Yeah, no, diba you're organizing this new project called the Asian Leaders Awards.
Yes.
And of course, the Rising Tigers is a new venture of Tag Media. So, when you take on new projects, ano yung mga challenges na nakikita mo?
For me, I think the number one challenge is looking for a venue, of course. Kasi we want it to be always the grandest. And we also want our awardees to feel very welcome kasi it's a networking, and the events we held for Tag Media or Rising Tigers and also Asia Leaders Awards is for networking and of course the recognition for the leaders. So I think looking for a venue, a perfect venue, is the biggest challenge.
So obviously, kayong dalawa, you're, like I said earlier, you're already successful in your own in your own field. You're only 34 years old, and you have 750 branches of Shawarma Shack nationwide. And you started this when you were 25 with your wife kasi gusto mo lang, mahilig ka na sa shawarma. And now you own one of the biggest franchise companies in the country. And you Miss Andria, you're so obviously very young, and now you are heading yung offshoot ng ano ng one of the units of Tag Media, which is Rising Tiger. And of course, this involves featuring successful entrepreneurs in the country. So, maybe ask, what is success? How do you define success sa inyong dalawa? But before we answer that, we will pause for a short break. So, we beat the traffic. Beat the traffic. You can use Angkas. This segment is brought to you by Angkas. One of our partners is Angkas. And of course, there's Bayad Center. With hashtag bigger, better Bayad. This is an e-wallet by Meralco. And of course, we also have Conti's Bake Shop and Restaurant. And Globe Telecoms, Ate ng Mundo. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. The Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation. SM, we've got it all for you. And Smart, live more today. And Union Bank of the Philippines, awarded as the 6th-time most digitalized bank in the Philippines. And we're back. So, yung question ko, sige dalawa, how do you define success?
Ako first.
Yeah, ikaw
Okay. For me, I think success is when you know for yourself that you did everything you can, and that you're already satisfied with what you already have. And of course, you're very happy for where you are already. So that's success for me.
And how about you, Walter?
Success, siguro yung nagagampanan mo yung mga duties and responsibilities mo sa pang-araw-araw on a consistent basis, no? Ayun, success doesn't happen overnight.
So in 100 words, what's your daily routine?
Daily routine, ayun, pagkagising sa umaga, coffee, then binabati ko lahat ng dogs ko. Tapos, ayun, chine-check ko yung emails, ganun. Tapos, mga group chats ng bawat departments. Tapos, ayun, I go to the office. Take a bath, tapos go to the office. Then, during nighttime, I play basketball.
Are you hands-on Are you a hands-on CEO?
Before ganun yung style ko, micromanagement. But natututo na ako, tapos nagiging matured na sa larangan ng business siguro. Hindi na ganun ka hands-on.
Siya ang hirap siguro i-hands-on kung saan 750 branches.
Kasi you have to build a system na kahit wala ka, tatakbo siya. Ayun.
So sa group chat nyo, when you open your group chat, ano yung usual problem na nakita mo, or usual na issues ng concern ng mga franchise owners at saka ng mga managers mo?
Ngayon kasi parang wala naman masyadong problem dahil buo na nga yung namin, yung system. Ganun. Parang parang baby na lumaki na, na marunong na maglakad mag-isa. Ganun.
Paano yung commissar mo, 'di ba? Di ba? Nationwide yung yung operations mo. So paano yung yung commissar mo? How do you say provide supplies sa Mindanao, sa Visayas branches?
We produce here in Metro Manila. Then we deliver in our warehouses in Visayas and Mindanao. And then ayun, nire-replenish na lang namin. Kaya dito lang sa Metro Manila namin ginagawa para may standard.
Para yung quality, may quality control yan.
May quality control.
Anyways, ikaw naman, Andria, in 100 words, describe your daily routine to be with the mindset of success?
Success.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I'm also a student in De La Salle.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How
so
young are you?
23. Yeah. So yeah, in the morning I check out my to-do list. Actually, I'm planning my whole week already
Mm.
for from Monday to Sunday. I'm planning my whole week because I'm trying to balance then the business and also my studies. So yeah, I check out my calendar. I check out my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And I take breakfast, sometimes with my sisters or sometimes on my own. Minsan sa school nga ako nagbe-breakfast and doon na din ako nagwo-work. And so yeah, mostly online.
So, what are you taking up?
Major in political science.
Pol sci. Ano,
Yeah.
frustration ko yan. Gusto ko mag-pol sci before eh.
Really?
Tapos gusto ko mag-law.
Yeah, actually doon talaga ako papunta mag-law.
Negosyante, tapos lawyer, no? Anyways, so, what do you think are the leadership, what are your leadership strategies?
Leadership strategies. I want to make sure na my people is learning. Yan. I get industry experts and consultants to teach our managers, our staffs para ayun nga tatakbo mag-isa yung company. Hindi kailangan na lagi akong tutok na tutok kasi pag ganun wala ka na rin masyadong magagawa eh. Hindi mo lahat kayang gawin.
So, how do you often do that? Yung training sa mga managers mo?
I let the consultants and industry experts mag-train sa kanila kasi hindi ko lahat alam eh. Yun yung naging fault ko dati na nung bata pa ako kasi pag bata ka pa medyo mainit ka pa, feeling mo magaling ka, feeling mo unstoppable ka. Siguro yun din yung naging mali ko dati na parang iniisip ko kasi lagi mas magaling pa ako dito eh, ba't naman ako makikinig sa kanya. Ayun, at least na-correct ko yung pagkakamali ko dati.
And how about you?
I think my number one leadership strategy would be disciplined. So, and also the mindset then. Mindset and discipline for me is very important because I think lahat ng leaders kailangan nila ng mindset of the winning mindset then, and at the same time willing to listen to people.
Although bata pa kayo dalawa eh. But you're already creating a huge impact sa business industry, especially with Walther having 750 branches of Shawarma Shack nationwide. And you're already 34. At 34, sorry. And you're 23, but you're already organizing events for successful business leaders in the Philippines. So, how do you see yourself leaving your legacy or leaving a legacy in the industry? Or do you think, despite the success that you've already contributed, are you content with that kind of legacy, or do you want to have a more larger legacy or a bigger legacy to leave?
I think we've done a lot in the Philippines for in a shawarma industry,
Yeah.
and we would like to expand in international.
Yeah, that's my next question. So, how's that doing?
We're currently studying how to enter Indonesia and the Malaysian market.
And what's the status of that direction?
Everything is under development kasi nung nag-start kami dito sa franchise industry dito sa Philippines, we develop it first. You need to be franchisable first before ayun, ganun din sa sa pag-enter mo sa ano, dapat franchisable ka in a Indonesian way or in a Malaysian way.
Meron kang target doon? Target date kung kailan mo isimulan?
We will try to enter next year.
Okay, congratulations. And we wish you all the luck.
Thank
So,
you.
how about you, Miss Andrea?
I see Rising Tigers in the future to leave a legacy in our country as helping our country to be the #1 business hub in Asia, of course. And I also want Rising Tigers to, of course, go global. And of course, inspiring more leaders and creating more business leaders in our country. Because we want the Philippines to be the Rising Tigers of Asia.
Yeah, nabanggit mo na you want the Philippines to be the next rising tiger in Asia, and you want the Philippines to be a business hub in Asia. So through Rising Tigers, how do you intend to do that? How do you think this Rising Tiger initiative will encourage or inspire more Filipino leaders to have that same mindset?
Well, of course, first, we need to gather leaders. That's #1. Second, of course, we need to distribute more our magazine nationwide because honestly, right now, we're in national bookstores and in Philippine Airlines Mabuhay Lounge also. And I think Rising Tigers can do so much more if we're distributed across Asia, of course. And yeah.
Yeah, to get our narratives across.
Yes, and of course, we want the stories of our leaders to be told also, to get recognition also internationally.
So, ngayon na pag-usapan natin ating mga personal na buhay. So, ikaw, sabi mo, in the evening you always play basketball. So, aside from basketball, how do you relax? What's your relaxation activities?
Relaxation activities, I go up, nag-travel ako abroad, ganun. Tapos, to learn new things. Tapos, ayun, nag-watch siguro ng movies na nasa interest ko, ganun. Tapos, yun.
And how about you, Miss Andrea?
Recently, I learned how to play golf like around 2 months ago. And parang I fell in love na with the sport. Kasi I really like nature, and then siguro yun yung...
Greens.
like siguro I easily fell in love with golfing. And actually, tomorrow we're going to, at today pala, yung last day of accepting players of Rising Tigers. Rising Tigers Cup.
Sponsor kami doon.
Yeah,
Partner kami dyan.
of course. Yes, Daily Tribune will be supporting, and yeah. And also, a lot of business leaders will be joining. And one of our partners also, of course, is Walther. Shawarma will also be supporting the tournament. And yeah, we're very excited because it's gonna be the pinaka-first tournament of Rising Tigers. And actually, it's a big opportunity to bring leaders together. Kasi what's more relaxing and enjoyable if you're going to join in a game. So yun.
Yeah, ako sa golf, ano ko eh. Hanggang, lang ako yung...
Patting.
Patting sa driving range.
Driving range, yeah.
Driving range lang. Anyways, so, any last message from you, especially Walter, how, can you tell our viewers and our readers, paano sila mag-franchise ng shawarma? Are you still open for franchise? And if ever, ano yung mga location lang ang pwede lang kunin? And ano yung proseso to get a franchise ng Shawarma Shack?
First, you need to fill up the form. Ayun. Tapos, i-qualify namin sila kung pwede ba sila mag-franchise, ganun. Kasi kailangan, meron din silang qualities ng franchisee. Na good franchisee. Pagka kasi magpa-franchise ka, dapat magpa-follow ka dun sa sa operations manual ng isang franchise. Lahat ng nagpapa-franchise, ayun, ganun yung ginagawa. Tapos ayun, i-check din namin yung location nila kung okay ba yon or hindi para sa standards namin. Ayun, we will help them every step of the way.
can you disclose kung magkano yung capital outlay for a Shawarma Shack franchise? At kung meron ba mga mga categories ng mga franchise?
For a food cart, umabot ng less than 700,000 pesos. Pero pag mas malaki yung space, mas nadadagdagan lang ng konti.
Ano mga locations ang usually pwede na appropriate
Kasi
na pagtayuan ng shawarma shack?
appropriate yung may mga crossing, mga maraming foot traffic, ganun. Hindi pa ulit-ulit yung mga tao. Tapos ayun, medyo magandang commercial space, ganun.
How about you, Miss Andrea? Parting
My
words
message?
yeah.
I'm encouraging everyone to check out our page, Rising Tigers Magazine, on our also our website. And if you have anyone to nominate, just message them, and then we're going to check them out and forward it to the board, and maybe you can be the next Rising Tiger. So yes.
And thank you very much, Walter and Miss Andrea. Thank you for gracing us today kahit na umuulan at matraffic. So once again, this is Usapang Business. I am Coffee Manalo, and this is here with us is are Walter and Miss Andrea.